Hello everyone, welcome to Alien Dawn Update 0.8. In this update, we're going to be talking about open world performance, world interaction, and VR and desktop gameplay. But I would be remiss if I didn't first thank the Patreon subscribers that we currently have. This honestly does so much to help us out, and we truly appreciate it. Thank you. I would say at the top of the list of priorities when creating a VR game is performance, and one of the most difficult things to get good performance out of is open world games. So we've been spending a lot of effort taking the open world game that we're developing that is creating these yellow lines as you see here and making them green, which means the game is more optimized. And one of the ways that we're doing that is using a new technology from Epic called virtual texturing. Here's how the landscape used to look. Obviously, red is bad. Here is the new version of the landscape. You can see we're much more within the realm of optimized performance with the open world game. Speaking of performance and updates we're going to be making in the future, Epic recently just released a preview version of Unreal 5, which is going to have huge implications on the way we're going to be able to design this game. And we plan to upgrade Alien Dawn to Unreal Engine 5 when the stable version is available at the beginning of 2022. The second biggest factor of performance in our game is the AI, because we have really close to thousands of characters in this world. And so we're spending a lot of time optimizing how the AI navigates the world, how you can see here. And speaking of characters, another technology that we're going to be moving to in the future is something called metahumans, which is going to allow for much more realistic characters and emotive characters from both the player and the NPCs in the game. Our next priority in terms of game design is world interaction. So that means everything in the world that you see, we want you to be able to interact with it just like you would in the real world. And that also includes audio. So now, when you go inside of a building, the sound from the weather will actually drown out as though it would in real life. And of course, world interactions also include explosions. Chopping down trees, breaking fences, chopping down more trees, throwing barrels, breaking loot crates, and of course, we couldn't leave the vehicles out of the mix, so the vehicles also wreck shop. Because our game is VR and desktop, it essentially means that we have to program the game twice, which means almost double the work. But it does have some advantages. For example, here you can see taking off the vest and the backpack at the same time allows you to move inventory from one to the other, which used to be only available on the desktop version. Now you can do it in VR. One of the most requested features was the ability to change the offset of the aim of your gun. That is now in the game. And a big new feature for the desktop is the quick slot bar at the bottom of the screen, which not only shows what items are in your inventory, it shows what item you're holding in your hand, which hand you're holding it in, and allows you to switch to them by pressing the number keys, just like your standard desktop game. And in the previous update, we added aim down sights for a single weapon on desktop. Now you can do it with 2 weapons, as seen here, with the 2 weapons. One thing that might seem rudimentary to game developers would be a door opening. And previously you had to open the door on the desktop by actually grabbing it like you would in VR, but now we've given people the ability to just press a button and have it open. It's far more easier. Again, this is just something you have to think about when creating a game that works on both desktop and VR. And while we're on the subject of weapons, just to give a little tease of what's going to be coming soon and something that's been requested a lot, is the addition of attachments to guns such as scopes and red dots and things of that nature. So we're looking forward to that being in the game soon. There are loads of other updates that we've added in this patch that I'm not going over, but will be in the patch notes. You can see some of them in the background, but I want to take this time to thank Lofnal, House of Styles, Shebnitz, Bad Ash, Tay Fun, The Lone Ranger, Jonathan Grisby, Skydart, Baja Crash, Luke Stapleton, Scully, Peter Kitsch, Telethesia, Dean Shipley, Inspector Tin, Smoppy, Livid Creature, Geek Rocker, Chris Luxmana, Brandon B, Keith Garrett, Emily Kate Mayer, D-Day, April Riley, Alex, Primate, and Anna Edmonds. Thank you all so much, and we cannot wait to finally release more updates now that we've gotten this big one out of the way.